we should point out that every once in a while, maybe even more than every once in a while, you find something good in January camp, something real good. So what we're going to do now is Herc's top 5 gems of January camp for the U.S. men's national team. Herc, why don't you start us off at number 5?
Bear with me, all right? Number 5, Matt Turner, come on down. Got his national team debut in January camp, never looked back. Same year, he started 6 games, Seb, 6 games in the Gold Cup, got 5 shutouts. One of those, 1-0 win versus your beloved Mexico in that final in Las Vegas, Nevada. You were there, Seb, you remember that. You were also, Seb, in Qatar. In Qatar, where he posted 2 shutouts, something that's not been done by a U.S. men's national team goalkeeper since, I think you were like 1930. So, big time right there. That's number 5, all right? Let's go to number 4. Oh, number 4 is a good one. Everybody's favorite GM. One of my favorite teammates. One of my favorite center backs in the U.S. men's national team setup, Carlos Bocanegra. Center back and left back, over a decade's worth of experience in Europe. Over 100 and something caps. What do you got? 110 caps with the U.S. men's national team. One of the best left foots that you will see from a center back. A really good player and one of the original Captain Americas. That is our number 4, now GM of Atlanta United, Carlos Bocanegra. He's number 4. Number 3, Jozy Altidore. Can you believe it? Jozy Altidore was a January camp product, also at 17 years of age. This is crazy. There are only 2 individuals with more goals in the U.S. men's national team shirt than Jozy Altidore. That would be Clint Dempsey and Landon Donovan. Jozy Altidore, from that January camp, made one of the best forward careers in the history of the U.S. men's national team, and yet we will still think he could have done more. Imagine that, how high that ceiling was and how high his playing career was. Number 2, Clint Dempsey. I'm going to quote the great poet, Bruce Arena. He tries shit.
Can we say that?
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah,
okay.
I got the okay. He tries shit. That's really what it was. Discovered in January camp, he tried his brown emoji and he made it work. One of the most creative players you will ever see, probably ever see in the U.S. men's national team jersey. It's Clint Dempsey's goals, assists, the flair, the closest thing we have or have had to Mamba mentality. Maybe Gio Reyna's next on that one. And number 1, I had to make this a tie. Let me tell you why. Landon Donovan and DeMarcus Beasley at the hip, youth national teams, made their way up together to that January camp. And then from there, parlayed it into a 2002 World Cup tournament. One where, yes, Landon Donovan maybe had more of the play and more of the flair, was voted the best young player of the tournament in the 2002 World Cup, scored that infamous goal against Mexico, that 2-0. You were there. You were what, 15, 18 maybe?
I wasn't there, but I was watching.
You were there in Spirito. But it's what they did afterward. Obviously, Landon Donovan with Clint Dempsey, leading goal scorer in the history of the U.S. men's national team. And if not for Koba, if not for 2018, DeMarcus Beasley would have 5 World Cups. Think about that. These are my top 5 gems. I'm sure there's a lot more out there. There's the, what's another one? Pablo Mastroeni is a good shout. Matt Beasley. Clyde Sims I wanted to put in there for the great story that it was USL to U.S. men's national team in the January camp. Go Google that, you young crowd out there. But there's some definitely shouts there.
The work stoppage, the strike. Remember that? Of course.
Yeah. DC
Clyde
product
Sims.
For you as well.
DC United, yes. Played for Richmond.
Carlos Llamosa as well. He's another one.
As well. So Clint, Landon, and Donovan, all from the time they played in their January camps, played in a World Cup within 18 months. Pretty impressive. Matt Turner, who was on your list, 22 months. From literally making his debut January 21 to starting for the U.S. in the World Cup. The quickest out of everybody is a name you haven't mentioned yet. DeAndre Yedlin, back in 2014, got his first cap at the end of the January camp, and 6 months later, Herc, 6 months later, was playing in the World Cup for Jurgen Klinsmann and the U.S. men's national team.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.